good thing about the budget deliberation, Mr. Chairman, is it gives us a good view of the internal workings of government. Parang yung bitukan ng gobyerno nakikita namin. During the budget deliberation, Mr. Chairman, nakikita ko yung tendency na pinipilit kasi ng mga department gumawa ng mga projects to justify their existence. No? Talagang pipilitin lang nila, gagawa sila ng kahit anong project para sabihin na kailangan nyo kami. No? Dahil itong project importante.
Senator Gatchalian.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I just want to pursue that questioning. In fact, I wrote it down in my notes. As you mentioned, this is an administration bill, and this is viewed by the administration as vital to the operations of government. So my first question, actually, I was going to ask DBM is, what is the expected savings or efficiency measure that we plan to achieve through this bill? I hope that this is not only fashionable, Mr. Chairman, no? Dahil alam niyo naman sa US, they created the Department of Government Efficiency, the DOGE, you know, which is geared towards reducing, basically right sizing and making government efficient. And then in Argentina, through President Milei, they also downsized government. They removed, I think, 8 different departments and merge it to into super departments. So, of course, that's the trend, and there's logic in that trend. But in our case, how much savings are we talking about? Are we looking at substantial savings because DBM has, through its review, has studied that we can actually generate savings instead of raising taxes? Dalawa kasing equation, Mr. President. You raise taxes so that you have revenues and they can use that revenues to spend, or create savings and in the same manner use that savings to spend. No? So in this particular case, how much savings are we looking at?
Yes, Mr. Chair, we had the figures from our cost-benefit analysis study. If you just allow us some time to get it, it's with the staff here lang po, lumabas lang po. But we can submit to the committee if needed po. We will submit to the committee.
This is a very important question, Yusek. I think that will lay the premise for the arguments for this bill. And yes, please submit it to us, the most updated cost-benefit. In fact, initially yan, I'm sure as you go along, marami pa tayong makikita dyan. And that amount will probably increase or be adjusted as we go along.
Sir, initial data lang po muna. If 3% are right-sized from this program, around 3 billion pesos worth of savings po ang ma-generate.
Maliit lang, 3 billion out of 6.3 trillion budget.
Yeah, if it depends po on the tier, on the number of the employees or the program that will be right-sized. If, for example, at 7% will be right-sized, it will be, the net savings would be approximately 8.7 billion.
Yes, but you say, it's an incomplete figure because you have to pay separation din eh. You will not realize that on the first year that you abolish certain positions because you have to pay separation. Maglalabas ka muna ng pera bago mo kitain yan eh. So on that assumption, include also in your answer to Senator Win today or at a future time, kailan ma-realize yung 3 billion if 3% is right-sized or if 3% avail? Because you have a cash out also eh.
Separation.
Diba? And I'd like to acknowledge the presence of Secretary Perez. Senator Win, Secretary Perez will play an important role because in theory, kung nagbawas ng red tape ang gobyerno, magbabawas din ng opisyal at empleyado ang gobyerno. Kasi hindi na kailangan gawin eh. Diba? I think that's the reason why he is part of the committee, right? That will decide. But when we did it in our local government unit, prior sa pag-ISO namin, we engaged the services of UP and CPAG para isa-isahin namin yung mga posisyon in the provincial government of Sorsogon and all the departments, including all of our 9 hospitals. Now, paano, kailan nyo gagawin yan? Sinong gagawa niyan? Because you cannot go about this without doing that.
Yes, sir. Mr. Chair, we are currently just updating our figures po. So that come session time, we'll be prepared to
Para
give
pag
the
tinanong ako ni
necessary
Senator Win, masasagot ko
to
na
give
siya.
the necessary information. Thank you.
Mr. Tiag, do you have examples, for example, of um, offices or agencies that you think are not attuned to the times or is viewed redundant?
Sir, Mr. Chair, we had a previous engagement po with some with consultants of different studying different sectors without attributing any maybe just submit the study, sir. So not to
Because
make any
in
kind of-
one good thing about the budget deliberation, Mr. Chairman, is it gives us a good view of the internal workings of government. Parang yung bituka ng gobyerno nakikita namin. One of the things that always comes up during budget deliberation is the role of the Optical Media Board. With all due respect to the OMB, kasi yung trabaho ng OMB nanguhuli ng CD. No? Pero alam naman natin, wala nang gumagamit ng CD ngayon. Di ba? Puro YouTube na ngayon. No, but that always comes up. Every budget deliberation, some senator will ask, what's the role of the OMB? But then again, I saw in in the different departments, at least the smallest department will get 300 million, more or less. No, and then you have a bunch of those 300 million offices or agencies operating under government. In fact, the committee that or the department that I chair, not department, but the committee that I chair, the Committee on Education, we took a look some of the agencies as Galban. Like for example, the National Council for Children's Television. Pag tinatanong ko yung mga bata, hindi naman na sila nanonood ng television, YouTube na rin yung pinapanood nila eh. Diba? So, we have to review the mandate of these agencies. The National Book Development Board. Of course, the book development is also important, but we all know the internet now is the source of information for the majority of our students. So my point of the matter there is, and all of these departments receive either 300 million, 400 million, and during the budget deliberation, Mr. Chairman, nakikita ko yung tendency na pinipilit kasi ng mga department gumawa ng mga projects to justify their existence. No? Talagang pipilitin lang nila, gagawa sila ng kahit anong project para sabihin na kailangan nyo kami. No? Dahil itong project importante. So will that be part of the review? And will these agencies be covered by, I saw in the functions, no? The abolition? Because these departments are created by law. No? So will this law or this bill that will give the power to the president to abolish, can the president abolish this type of agencies? Again, with all due respect with these agencies, subject to further studies. But my initial encounter with them during the hearings, parang obsolete na yung kanilang mga mandates dahil we're now in the digital world. So sakop ba ng abolition power to abolish this type of departments?
Yes, Mr. Chair, thank you for that question. Yes, it is part of the study that the committee will do, so that it will be able to recommend the proper or necessary steps. That includes to review the mandates of these different agencies without any attribution po na, for example po, on right sizing the agencies is yung mga parks natin, National Park, Intramuros Administration. These have similar functions that can maybe be looked into and check if they can be merged or somewhat transformed into a more responsive agency, not limiting to their current jurisdictions.
Will this law enable the president to abolish this type of offices without amending or repealing the law that created them?
Yes, Your Honor.
And then the president is also empowered to transfer the employees,
Yes,
quote unquote, right size.
part of their
bureaucracy.
part of the mandates of the CREB or the committee is to reskill and retool the employees that needs to be transferred or merged or consolidated to other agencies, Your Honor.
My understanding is the power to create and abolish is precisely being delegated by Congress to the president under this bill. That is also the reason why I wanted to put a sunset clause, because it cannot be ongoing. It has to come to an end at some point in time. Now, if the next president should want to do this again, then it's a simple matter of amending this bill. But what Right now, what I'm willing to give is a sunset clause to the existing president to do this until the end of his term. That is the direction that we are headed towards. But an example, Senator Win, is NAIA. Halos lahat ng trabaho ng taga NAIA ginagawa na ng privatized entity nung pinrivatize yan ng gobyerno. Hanggang ngayon, andun pa rin lahat ng empleyado walang ginagawa. Wala, hindi sila kinuha. Hindi naman sila kukunin ng private. Baka mas inefficient pa nga eh. But still, they're there. When we privatized it, there was no concomitant plan on the part of the DOTR to downsize or to get the people there and transfer them to other airports that clearly lack personnel. Lahat sila gusto nasa NAIA eh. Diba? These are examples that this bill perhaps can be used to fast track whatever actions need to be undertaken. Another example, I don't nag-right size ka rin ba ng mayor ka? Hindi. No, I'll give you an example. May ambulance driver ako. 3 ambulansya na yung natototal niya. Pero siya, buhay pa din. Nakaka-3 ambulansya na siya. He's 63, 64 years old, pero he should not be driving anymore. At yung biyahe pa, Maynila, Sorsogon, yung mga emergency medical personnel namin, yung nagmaman ng ambulansya, hindi naman pwedeng 63, 64, di ba, hanggang pag-retire. So what we did was, those were some of the positions we right-sized, included a very high package, compensation package, na casual sila para palaging malusog, malakas. Yung mga kaminero ko, yung mga tagalinis. Nung upo kong governor, dumi ng mga hospital, pinalinis ko, 1 linggo na, 2 linggo na, madumi pa rin nung tinignan ko. Tapos minsan pinanood ko, ang tatanda na pala lahat. Hindi pwedeng, di ba, hindi pwedeng permanent yung kaminero performing a job that a 20, 30-year-old should be doing. But again, you should compensate them too, na mas mataas, para makahabol sila, makabawi sila. But these are some things that government should look at, and is spread over in almost every agency. DAR would be another example. Can you imagine having a department performing reform as a permanent line agency? Para nating inaming, hindi natin matatapos yan eh. Di ba? At some point in time, di ba, agrarian reform must come to an end. Functions have to be transferred already to DA, for example, para sa support services na. Diba? Kasi tapos na yung coverage ng land reform eh. Hanggang ngayon, dahil nandun sila, bago ka makabili ng agricultural land na sumusobra sa 5 hektarya, kailangan pa rin ng permiso ng DAR, which technically is no longer applicable Because under existing law, tapos na yung coverage ng land reform. You can legally acquire properties more than the limits set by the agrarian reform law. Technically, So these things, I hope you hire an expert to go over this humongous task of identifying the function together with ARTA and be able to get the best and the brightest to remain in government, as stated earlier, and to perform the functions that are needed to be performed by government. Senator Gatchalian.
Sir, can I ask the DBM, in the creation of a plantilla, meron bang, for example, in a specific department, let's say the ICT, is there a cap or a maximum to create a plantilla item?
Yes, Mr. Chair, there's organizational staffing patterns po.
But that organizational staffing pattern is dictated by the secretary, diba? In agreement with DBM. It can adjust.
Yes, sir.
Negotiate,
They can propose po. And then we do technical meetings with the concerned department and see the necessary adjustments po on when we can come in and which one to adjust po. We usually do the principle of abolish and scrap and build.
Correct.
Scrap and build principle.
Yeah, but in theory, the secretary with the agreement of DBM can increase the number of plantilla items.
Up to division chief level positions po, Mr. Chair. Pag director level, it goes up to the office of the president. Yes.
But
Mr. Chair.
in other words, kung may budget and the secretary wants it, pwede niyang dagdagan yung plantilla, correct?
They can submit their respective
Correct.
proposals.
Kasi I was talking to the chair, to our Senate President, sa local government kasi may PS cap diba? So that's the limit of local governments, because even though they want to create plantilla items, if you hit that PS cap, wala kang choice talaga. But sa national government, walang cap, correct?
wala na technically, Mr. Chair, there's no cap, but we use the scrap and build policy.
Correct.
po.
So, I agree with si Madam Fernandez.
Yes.
Oo. That, Mr. Chair, may I propose, maybe we can include in the law, kasi marami talagang contractual na nandoon for 10 years, 20 years na qualified. Ang problema lang nila, walang plantilla item. No? Yung plantilla item man, dinidikta ito ng Secretary at DBM. Maybe part of the right sizing bill is also creating that plantilla item so that they can be accommodated because they've been there for 10 years, 20 years. Yung iba nga, nag-aral na to be civil service eligible. So it's not only looking at making government efficient, but also giving our employees the right tenure or the right position because they've been holding it for many, many years already. And it will improve their morale. No, efficiency is also improving morale. So, may I propose, Mr. Chairman, to include some form of language na part of the mandate is to also create plantilla positions to accommodate contractual employees who are qualified. Dapat qualified naman, di ba? Dahil kailangan nga QS, na sila eligible eh. So, but assuming that they're qualified, pasok na sila kaagad. Ang nagiging limiting factor lang yung plantilla item.
No, Senator Win, ang gusto ko nga, by operation of law, subject to a cap or quota, the item is created.
Automatic.
To tie your hands to immediately act on these things. So pag wala kayong gawin, di ba, as is usually done by the DBM, for all requests for the creation of plantilla position, just sit on it. Wait for the next secretary. So pag wala kayong gawin, after a certain period of time, let's say 10 years, kunwari lang, by operation of law, created na yung item to be occupied by that contractual job order person on the assumption that person is qualified, subject to a cap. Hindi naman pwedeng, di ba, 5,000, 10,000 yung makikreate bigla by operation of law. Subject to a cap per agency. Not time-bound. Na magiging time-bound. First in, first out.
We look into that proposal.
Now, if you don't
Chair.
want that to happen, then create the staffing. Kumbaga, isa to sa mga effect pag hindi nyo ginalaw yung ahensya. Pero yan? Yun, di ba?
Yeah.
Pag hindi nyo ginalaw yung ahensya, mangyayari to by operation of law. To encourage you to move and to act swiftly. Kung hindi, by operation of law, may mga plantilyang makikreate outside of your control. So, ang magde-decide is the fact that someone has been performing that job for 10 years. Sino ka para magsabing di kailangan yan? The situation will already dictate and decide what item, plantilla item will be created. Again, if you want to avoid that, then i-right size nyo na. I-optimize nyo na yung agency. Go over it, consider it. The inputs are well taken, Ma'am Roxanne. Thank you, ma'am.
So po, magpasalamat.
Yes, Win.
That's well, for contractual, they also receive benefits. Diba?
No.
Wala po
Contract of
talaga.
service.
No work, no pay.
Contractual, sir, of PS, yes.
Contractual of PS, yes.
Yes.
Oo.
JO and COS,
Yes, iba yun.
plain
Iba yun.
salary lang
Correct,
po.
correct.
Yun
But
lang.
they're also talking about yung contractual
But-
of
Well, there might,
contractual of PS and
we
or
don't want
contractual.
to, Mr. Chair, we don't want to assume, baka sa terminologies nagkaka,
Kasi may contractual who also gets benefits eh. No,
Yes
the
po.
full benefit.
Yes,
Except
yes.
tenure lang eh. Correct? So the limiting factor of that is the plantilla position. Correct? But in terms of budget, pareho lang siya eh. So ililipat lang from
Yes,
MOE
Mr.
to PS.
yes,
no?
yes po.
Oo.
Umani naman ito ng iba't ibang reaksyon mula sa ating mga netizens. Ayon kay Mardile, tama ka sir, dapat lang puksain ang mga ahensya ng gobyerno na wala naman silbi. Pahayag naman ni Melkerville Larry, tama lang yan, burahin ang ibang government agencies, lalo na ang mga party list na yan. At ito naman ang saloobin mula sa ating kababayan na sila Gumbay Salvador, sana nga mangyari yan kasi dagdag pasweldo lang yan at dagdag kurakot din. Mga kababayan, feel free to comment below para maglabas ng saloobin sa balitang ito.